Okay, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life with my Cerebral Palsy Warrior. I am Ifnaya Okeke Ofodum, mother to a cerebral palsy warrior by name Ikem'S George Ofodum. He is my first child. He is a boy, and this is our third appearance in 2 weeks, and the journey has been an amazing one. Thanks to all our subscribers for your comments, for your likes, for your shares, and all that. We appreciate you very well. Ikem is so grateful. I do not take your support and your encouragement for granted. So in the last video, Ikem made his first appearance. Thank you all for those that have watched and sent their comments and review. I thank you so much. As we go on our journey, we will continue to get better and better. Okay, so you all know about Ikem. So I've written about him some time ago, but on this channel I'm going to, it's one thing to write about something, is another thing to talk about it. So I'm going to give you that privilege of knowing everything that happened with Ikem while I was pregnant with him, during the delivery and all that, how we saw ourselves on this journey of cerebral palsy. So I'm going to do that episode by episode. I cannot tell you everything in one video, so I'll be cutting it short episode by episode. So today we are going to do episode 1, and subsequently we'll be doing other episodes. So I'll tell you my story, our real life stories. No cutting it short or adding anything to sweeten it. We'll just tell you as it was, as it happened, and as it's still happening. So your girl, some time ago in 2017, yes, I got married to the love of my life, Sunday Ofodum. In fact, the man is an amazing man. I thank him for loving me the way he does, supporting us. He's an amazing man. In fact, I can't even imagine myself being on this journey with anyone else. He has been so supportive. Okay, maybe let me not just say let me not just promise what I cannot do. I wanted to say maybe in one of our videos, you still get to see in one of these days, but I don't know when, because he's always visible. One of these days, you'll get to see him. So in 2017, I got married to him. So after the wedding and everything, it was our desire to start making children. Some couples, they don't, it depends on their plan. Some people want to wait maybe 1 year or 2 years before they start having kids. So it is not in your place to go and be asking people, well, after 1 year, 2 years, why have you not decided to give us any child? Don't do that, because you don't know their agreement, you don't know what they are working on. So, but in my own case, we planned on giving birth to our children. So in 2017, that was December 2nd was my wedding day. So after that, we moved into January. It happened that in January, in fact, I took in December. I didn't even know, because that was my first time of taking in. So January, I was having some funny feelings. So when I discussed it with my sister, she was like, I guess you're pregnant, sis. I was like, is this how someone gets pregnant? Like, I just got married and we just did the do. So how come? So she now said I should do a pregnancy test to be sure. So that was how I did a pregnancy test that January. Boom! And it was positive. I was very happy. The first trimester sickness and all wahala came in, and I proceeded to go to the hospital to register antenatal, because I studied microbiology. So being in a medical field, I already know that once I'm pregnant, of course there's no need of wasting time till you get to 4 months, 5 months before you register, because the truth is that that same amount you pay on the first day you discover you're pregnant is the same amount you pay if you like wait till the 9th month. So why waste time? It's better you register early so that doctors will guide you through, especially for the first time mom. In fact, not even only the first time mom, because no two pregnancy are the same. You don't know what you are going to encounter at each pregnancy, so it's advised to register as early as possible. So when I found out I was pregnant, I registered. Yeah, I found out I was pregnant in January. Yeah, so I registered in same January. I think so. I think maybe ending or so. So after I registered, so it was time for me to do my first scan. So doctor said I should do my first scan so that they will confirm the pregnancy and make sure of the heartbeat of the baby and all that. So that was how I went to do the scan. As I was lying down on the bed, I noticed the doctor doing the scan was just the face. His facial expression wasn't really going down with me. So I was not asking him, doctor, what happened? He just said, oh, nothing, don't worry, just calm down. Let me just check what I'm checking. So in my spirit, I was like, something is wrong. Why is his facial expression this way? So I kept on asking him. He just said nothing, that my doctor will explain everything to me well. So when he finished, he gave me the results, and I said, madam, I should know where I should calm down. The doctor will explain everything to me, but whatever be the case, he asked me whether it's my first pregnancy. I told him. He said, okay, that should calm down, that everything is under control, that I should proceed to my doctor's office. So when I got to the doctor's office, doctor told me, explained everything to me, that they were not able to detect the heartbeat of the baby. I was like, doctor, what does this mean? So he went further to explain that the baby, I guess I was in my 8 weeks. I was in my around 9 to 10 weeks then. So it was not like that. It was as if the pregnancy stopped developing at about 6-7 weeks. That the age of the pregnancy is not corresponding with what they are seeing, so that there is no heartbeat. They didn't detect any heartbeat. So I felt sad, and I asked him, what are we going to do? And I said that it's giving me 2 options, that he will refer me to another place to do the scan, so that they will confirm and be sure that the scan they did in the hospital is the same. So he sent me to another place where scan is well done, that is well known. There are professionals for doing scans only, not even hospitals. So they have they do X-ray and all that. So, and he said that after I've done the scan, that I should come back with the result. So I went home, I cried, I discussed with my husband, we prayed. So I went in for the scan, then the results came back the same. I went for the 3rd one, the results came back the same. So doctor suggested that I go for evacuation, so that the pregnancy is no longer viable. So I cried, I asked God so many questions. Why me? This is my first time. I look forward to this one, that one. You feel so bad and all that. So doctor now suggested that, okay, that we should wait, because sometimes there are some cases that sometimes when you repeat the scan after some time, after a week or thereabouts, that you see a viable embryo. So and I jumped on the option. I said, okay, doctor, I'm going to wait. Okay, and I said I should wait and do the scan again in the next 1 week or 2 weeks. I can't remember the exact time. I said, okay, thank God, perfect. I'll use the time to pray and seek for God's guidance and all that. So I went back, I prayed like I never prayed. I cried, I asked God so many questions that He should do this for me, give me this testimony and all that. So at the end of the waiting time, I went for another scan and the results came back the same. So that day, it was on a Friday, yes, I can remember vividly. I went to the hospital and the doctor said I'm going in for evacuation immediately. So with the support of my husband, we paid the bills and everything. So I went in for the evacuation. It was a very painful. It was very, very painful. I cried, I was not only crying for the pain, I was also crying knowing that I just lost a baby. So after the evacuation and all that, doctor gave me drugs and all that, and I went home. I took my drugs and did everything that he asked me to do. So it was not like I'm going to wait for some time, give it time for me to heal both physically and emotionally before I start trying for another baby. At least I should wait for my next menstrual period to come like 2 or 3 times before I take in again. So I had to wait. I started praying that God, this should not happen again. Let me conceive and carry my pregnancy for 9 months. I give birth to my baby. So that was in February, right? February passed, March, April, May. May, I've not seen anything. I was now like, what is happening? I thought I was taking immediately, at least to console myself for what just happened. So I have to go back to my doctor. My doctor is a very known gynecologist. So I went back to him. I've seen so many people are using the hospital. It was even my friend that recommended the hospital for me. So when I went, he told me that no problem, that everything is fine, that I should just calm down, that I will take him. So I went home. May passed, June passed, then July. I was just looking forward. That's feeling that every time your period is approaching, you'll be counting days, you'll just be praying, God, let today pass, or let tomorrow pass. The first day will pass, your period did not come. The excitement. You keep on going to the toilet. When you pee, you check your pants to see if you see any sign. I was not seeing any sign. That day passed, the second day passed. My period delayed for about 2 days. I was not like, wow, this is the moment I was waiting for. On the third day, I said I was going to check. My heart was skipping, boom, 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 boom. I said I'm going to check. At least let me know what I'm doing now. Cause hey, that was how I bought myself pregnancy test strip. So I checked. I kept the script. I could not look at the strip. I was just, God, what if it's negative? I'm not going to find it funny or cry and all that. And boom, we had a positive pregnancy. I was happy that day. I was very, very happy. And I said I was going to go for blood tests, for a confirmatory test. Let me be sure that I'm not dreaming. So that day, I did not even waste time. I went for blood test and the results came out positively. So I was happy. I came back. I shared the news with my husband. That was how Ikem'S was conceived. The pregnancy journey started through July. That was July, yes. July, August, September, October. Everything was going well. I started antenatal immediately. Everything was going well. I was monitored. I took my routine drugs very well. My husband will not even give you space. I was not even finding it funny eating fruits like that, but he would buy the fruit. Sometimes some of them would spoil. He would not find it funny. He was just the one that was pushing me to eat the fruit. Everything was going on well. I was strong, I was healthy, I was not sick for one day was I sick. No, everything went well until my EDD was supposed to be April. Yes, April. My EDD was in April, so the date passed. No labor was forthcoming. No, everything was set. All the nice things. Ikem. I bought so many nice things for Ikem. My sister-in-law finished him with love. Everything ready for Ikem. Bought so many things for him. I've already decorated, packed, set everything, waiting for his arrival. And as date was coming closer, the baby was not forthcoming. So the date passed, he didn't come, labor didn't start. So when I went for antenatal, doctor checked me. He did sweeping of membrane for me. After that, still labor did not start. 40 weeks passed, or 41 weeks. So doctor now said that after that day he did the sweeping of the membrane. He did it on Wednesday. He now said that if I didn't go into labor that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that on Saturday he's going to induce me. I was like, anyone who people want to do, I don't even have any problem with it. What I know is that I want to see this human being in my stomach that I've been carrying for so long. You know, that first time I was very, very eager to meet him. I was very happy, and it was Easter time. I just said, God, in fact, I was already tired, the heat and everything. And you know, when it's almost time for you to put to bed, the thing will just be doing as if you should just use your hand and bring out the baby. So I was not like, God, the only thing I know is that maybe they said Saturday that I will carry my baby in my hand like this and celebrate Easter. That Easter that year was on 21st April. Yes, I don't forget. I don't forget this type of date. So on Saturday morning, I packed my bag, everything ready. My husband drove us to the hospital in the company of my sister-in-law. Yes. So because she was meant to travel that day, she kept on waiting that the baby would come forth, so she would see the baby before she traveled. She was even the one that cooked for me the food that I ate that day. She was the one before but the baby didn't arrive before she left. Yes. So we went to the hospital. I was induced. First of all, gave me a tablet, inserted a tablet in my vagina. That was around 10 in the morning. Yes. So they took me to the waiting room. A nurse was assigned to me. She was there because it was a private hospital. So we were in a room. The nurse was there constantly checking on me, monitoring me. So I prayed. I even called the priest that afternoon around 12. He prayed for me, assured me that everything will go well, this one and that one. So we prayed, and it was around 1 p.m. that contraction started, small. It was coming. I was not like, you come, bam, you will pay me small, you will leave me. I was not in my mind. The pain is not too much. Why do I used to see pregnant women that are in labor, they'll be shouting up and down? I was not like, is this small pain? Why are they now shouting? Little did I know that that the main pain was coming. So the contraction, labor kept on progressing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At a point, that was when I now understood why women were shouting. I now started my own now. Women are trying, So it kept on going until it got a point that they augmented the contraction with drip. So it kept on going. It was around, everything was going well. They were checking my checking my BP, checking the heartbeat of the baby. I was just with a nurse in the room, so I was conscious, everything was going well. So until around some minutes past 9, yes, that was when the pain was too much. I was just shouting. The contraction was coming very fast, on and off. So when the doctor came in, he just came in and he shouted at the nurse, why are you still waiting? What are you doing? That the baby is almost here now. That baby is almost here. They said I should get up and go to the delivery room. I got up myself. Nobody carried me. I got up on myself. I walked with my 2 legs into the delivery room. I climbed the bed. They told me the position. They've been teaching us at antenatal classes, so I've already known what to do. I climbed the bed. I took the position. Doctor said I should push, and boom, baby came out. He used forceps to bring out the baby. So immediately the baby came out. Because I already know that they said that once a baby comes out, the next thing you hear is the baby will start crying. So immediately he came out, he was not crying. So I was not like, why is my baby not crying? Because I was awake, I was seeing everything they were doing. I was like, why is my baby not crying now? Why? So they were now tapping the baby to make him cry. The doctor was there. It was the main gynecologist that did the delivery, and 2 other nurses were there assisting him. They were running around. Doctor said, bring this one, bring that one. They were bringing. He was tapping the baby. I was not like, what is it? What is happening? Doctor, what is it? What is happening? Doctor said I should calm down. I should not worry myself, that I'm already bleeding, so I should not even add another problem to myself. Let them control the bleeding, and then the baby, that nothing is wrong, that everything is fine. So they controlled the bleeding, and they kept on tapping the baby, even though it didn't take a lot of time, like some minutes, not seconds, after they kept on tapping the baby, shaked him, did him this one, that one, before Ikem now cried. So when he now cried, I was now like, oh, thank God, my baby have cried. Little did I know that the main thing was coming. So I was happy that at last he cried. So they now, because they gave me, I had episiotomy, they stitched the whole thing, and they dressed Ikem. Come and see this baby. Ikem came out very fair and plumpy, and hairs all over him. I was like, oh, so this is the little baby in my womb. I was very happy. He came out, they dressed him, but I noticed that he cried after that he didn't cry continuously again. So they dressed him, kept him there. They now stitched everything for me, cleaned me up, and I now got up. So the nurses, one of them brought the baby, and I still walked with my legs again into the after the delivery where we used to stay. So I walked into the ward. They now kept my baby and I. That was Saturday night. Yes, that Easter Eve, everybody was happy. My husband came in. We started making calls. Oh, thank God she has put to bed. My sisters, they were telling me what happened, how they were, because they were already in church on that Saturday night. When my husband called them, they were so happy, jubilating in the church, because in the church I am a known figure, so people knew me now. So even in was a chorister, I was handling the children's ministry and all that. So my sister was not like, they now in the church, they were not telling people, hey, if Naya has put to bed, everybody was happy. They were very happy. So in the hospital, everybody was happy. I came in the ward, people were other women there, they were congratulating me. I was happy, everyone was happy. So that was how the whole delivery and the pregnancy came by. Everything went well. Ikem came out. To my knowledge, and everything went well. But I didn't know that Ikem crying, that him not crying immediately he came out, it's a problem, and that is what we call birth asphyxia. So after the Saturday night, I tried to put him to breast. He will just lash onto the breast. He will suck small. He will suck small. He will remove his mouth. The nurses were like, keep on putting him to breast. He will come around. So that was how that night was going. I was happy. I was just looking at my baby, carrying my baby, and I didn't know that him not crying was a problem and that it was going to lead to something. So after that Saturday, what do you think will happen the next day? That was Saturday. I think this is where I'll be drawing the curtain for today. If you want to find out what happened next, join us in our watch my next video. Look forward to it so that you get to find out what happened next after the Saturday. On Sunday, we'll continue the story in our next video, what happened on Easter Sunday. So today, at least one thing you should learn from this video today, if you are anywhere, especially in Africa, especially in Nigeria, if you are pregnant, please do well to register on time. There is no need of you waiting till after 3 months, because that first pregnancy, if not that I went earlier to register, I wouldn't have known that the baby was no longer there. Maybe I would just still be carrying my baby, that I'm carrying baby, without knowing that the baby is no longer growing, or maybe by the time I found out, something must have damaged. And also always follow your doctor's advice, because some people, even that time, that was like, even though many people didn't know, just my family members knew about it. Some people were like, I've heard that if you do evacuation, you will not take in again. Always follow your doctor's advice. After you've done your part by praying, I've prayed now, then the next thing, even God supported that I should follow doctor's advice, that he's the one that gives wisdom to the doctors. So I followed his advice, I did the evacuation, and I took in again. So at least you should learn these two things. Register early as soon as you find out you're pregnant. Follow your doctor's advice. And number 2, please, if you are pregnant, go to a good hospital, preferably in Nigeria, government hospital, maybe specialist hospital, government hospital, or general hospital, because not all hospitals you see, not every house you see is a hospital. Not every medical practitioner you see, they have license, or they know what they are doing. So this is where I'll be drawing the curtain today. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Please comment, and don't forget to subscribe and like our video. See you in our next episode. Thank you. Bye. I love you. Ikem loves you. He sent his regard. Don't forget to share our video, like our video, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you. Bye. See you next time.